Hello, this is Sarah with Soiled Plant, and I decided to get myself a birthday present. My birthday was in the month of August, so I decided to splurge and buy myself my first Anthurium. I've been somewhat avoiding buying Anthurium for mainly two reasons. One, the entry price point for Anthuriums can be very, very steep. And two, they require a lot of humidity. And while I have a greenhouse and everything, I wasn't sure if I was going to give it the exact conditions that it needed in order to really thrive the way it needs to. The most common Anthuriums, I'll insert a picture here, but it basically, is there for its foliage. It comes with very, very vibrant flowers. Those types of Anthuriums you can find at your local nurseries and things like that. As soon as you start getting into the more crazy, interesting, elusive Anthuriums, the price shoots up really quickly. So if you're buying something like a philodendron, there's a whole range of philodendrons all the way from, $5 for a 4-inch pot up to a couple of thousand, and every step in between. It just depends on the type of philodendron you buy, but there's also so many philodendron out there. With Anthuriums, you have your kind of ones you can find at your nurseries, and then they jump to like $100 pretty much immediately. For me, when I think of Anthuriums, the first one that comes to mind is the crystallinum, the ones with the very, very pretty veining, and all the ones like that, the regale, all of these that are very big heart-shaped leaves with that beautiful veining on it. And while I think those are very, very cool and I would like to delve into them eventually, the Anthurium that kind of grabbed my attention and sort of captured my heart immediately is the one I ended up getting for myself, and I'd like to introduce you now. This gangly beast here is called an Anthurium vittarifolium, but this is so friggin' unique and interesting. I love the way it grows from the stem point in the center, and it has these super long, just belt-like leaves. They're so thick, it almost feels like if you bent it, it would snap, like a sugar snap pea or something like that. Also, this vittarifolium can also be a hanging plant. Normally when I think of hanging plants, I think of like heartleaf philodendrons or pothos, right? But these ones, because the leaves are so long, I actually measured these leaves, and they are the longest one is 21 inches long, and this one's 19, one's 20, and one's 21. Like, these are insane. And I did splurge a little bit on this plant. It was about the same price I bought my Monstera albo for. If you've watched any of my older videos, I did say that I bought myself a Monstera albo borzigniana, and I bought a single leaf unrooted for about $160. Unfortunately, that plant came from a bad batch and it died off into a node, and that is it. I might end up with an albo Monstera once it roots and grows and all of that. So I'm actually trying to root that node right now, and I'm getting a little bit of progress, but I ended up getting a full refund for that plant. That plant was meant to be my birthday present to myself, a splurge, kind of a celebration of starting this channel, all of those things. My first foray into what I deem expensive plants, because all of the plants that are more rare that I have are ones I've bought from overseas and were more affordable as a result. When I got reimbursed for that Monstera, I ended up just having to pay for shipping, and that's it. The one thing I absolutely did want for my birthday plant is one that already was rooted, was already established, and one that I would have less of a chance of killing. My experience with the albo Monstera kind of made me a little gun shy, so I definitely wanted a plant that was more established so that no matter what, it would last me at least a couple of months before I kill it off. I bought this from a seller on Etsy, and they had very, very good reviews on Etsy, but I had not seen anything on Facebook or Instagram detailing whether they were good or bad, but they got rave reviews, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bite the bullet, I'm gonna try, see how it turns out. And at the end of this video, I will show you the whole unboxing process. Spoiler alert though, it was immaculately packaged. You know, with leaves this long and this kind of springy, you know, it could be very easy to break the leaves on this plant. From what I understand, this seller has been selling this exact plant en masse for at least, you know, a couple of years, so they are very experienced with how to package it, and it came in very, very good condition. Now when I did get it, it needed a little bit of topsoil. It was a little sparse, so all this that you see on top is actually my own soil mix that I kind of filled in the top with, and then I gave it a nice watering. I'll kind of step you through my quarantine procedure that I do with all of my plants. I didn't when I first started, and I feel like that's where my spider mite problems came from, my thrip problem that I had. I haven't had mealies in a while, and I haven't had scale yet. In order to protect this plant and protect my other plants, I had this setting just on the floor in my plant room with the door shut so the kitties couldn't get at it. And I had it sitting there with a humidifier blowing over the top of it for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. With plants that I buy from local nurseries, that time it's usually only a week, but because this one had shipping and all of that, I didn't want it to go into shock too quickly, so I gave it a full 2 weeks to acclimate, and it's doing very well. After that 2 weeks was up for this plant, what I do is I do a full treatment on it as though it did have spider mites. I do plan on doing my spider mite treatment video at some point, but here's a little sneak peek. So what I do is I spray down all of the leaves with my alcohol mixture that I use. I brush it to make sure that anything on the leaf surfaces is taken away, and it fully gets that mix on top of it to kill all of the spider mites that could be lingering, or any other pests too. It's a very good method for killing off any pests that like to live on the leaves themselves. After the alcohol treatment and it dries, I do a full spray almost to where the leaves are drenched with Captain Jack's. And after that, I let it dry a little bit, and then I can put it into my greenhouse with the rest of the plants that love humidity. Yeah, this plant is so cool. The seller was fantastic. You know, it came and filled all of my expectations of what this plant was, what it is. It's so nifty and it's so weird, and I love that. I can't wait to watch this one grow. It's so friggin' weird and cool, and I dig it. So now that you've seen the plant and know that it was delivered very well and it's nice and healthy, I will jump to the unboxing. This plant has been in the mail for 9 days, and I have a cat. But yeah, this plant has been in the mail for 9 days, and so I actually rushed home as soon as I got the delivery notification, because I want to get this plant out as soon as possible. All right, moment of truth. All right, so they gave me this little notification to let me know if the plants are damaged, what I need to do about it. All right, it looks like it has some good insulation. There was no damage to the actual box, which I'm very excited about. I am just going to be a little chaotic here, because I am so nervous. Ooh, okay. I'm trying to figure out the best way to kind of finagle this out of here. Ooh. You can see the leaf here. I actually included a little hanger in the box, just in case I want to make this a hanging plant. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is not the most graceful unboxing I've ever done here. So it's got this little baggie around it with a twist tie, which I really appreciate, because it looks like hardly any dirt has been displaced here. So I love that. I mean, it's been displaced in the pot quite a bit. It looks like it needs to be backfilled a smidge here, but it's not in the bag. So I might just have to top dress it, because you can see all those little roots and there's little crevices and things. This root is all fuzzy. So these ones I was really intrigued by because I love the leaves on them. They're super long. This might be a little bit chaotic here. I'm going to take this bamboo stake out. I definitely need to put some more soil in the top. It looks like it's either compacted or something. It's definitely missing some, or maybe it's just very spindly, I'm not sure. But yeah, these leaves are absolutely gorgeous. But this is an Anthurium vittarifolium. Vittarifolium? I need to learn how to pronounce it now that it's my brand new baby. But it actually is in a lot better condition than what I was anticipating, or at least the leaves are longer than I thought they would be. The leaves do seem to be in good condition. Like I said, it's just the soil definitely needs some more soil in the top. But after that, it should be raring to go. I do love me a plant that is very unique. I love plants that have a little bit of a creepy vibe to them. I also just love, you know, vining, hanging plants. I love them so much. I love things that trail. It checks a lot of boxes for me. I really think it's super cool. Let me know your thoughts on the vittarifolium. What do you think of it? I've got it sitting on my knee here and I can't stop staring at it. It's so friggin' nifty. So clearly I love it. But what do you think? A little too weird for you? A little too basic to be expensive? I could see people thinking that. But overall, you know, I want to dip my toe into Anthurium. This just seemed like a good step for getting into Anthuriums. The leaves are very hardy and very sturdy, so I feel like I will be able to handle it and handle the requirements it needs. But this is my learning curve. I'll see how I do with this one for a couple of months, and maybe by next spring and summer I'll buy a second Anthurium. For the next little while, at least, this will be my splurge. I wouldn't have even bought this one if I didn't get refunded for that elbow. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can watch all of this wonderful soiled plant content, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!